Here are the Silent Night kills ranked point-wise. I already did my review on the movie. I already did the kills ranked in my own opinion. That was subjectively. This is objectively. So, the kills are based on how bloody the kill is, how believable the kill is, how creative the kill is, how surprising the kill is, and how scary the kill is. And each category can get from 0 to 5 points. So, there's always one in these franchises, one where there's a bunch of kills, and this has 17. So, 2 of them got tied, so at 16 is Ronald Jones Sr. He gets shot and burned, 1 point for how bloody it is, not that much blood, 5 points for how believable it is, 1 point for how creative it is, 0 points for how surprising it is, 0 points for how scary it is, because it's in a flashback. So, Ronald Jones Sr. comes out to a total of 7 points at 16. Number 15 is Mayor Revy. He gets strangled with Christmas lights, 0 points for how bloody it is, there's no blood, 5 points for how believable it is, because he gets strangled, of course, 0 points for how creative it is, because this is the 3rd time they do this in this franchise, 1 point for how surprising it is, not that surprising, 2 points for how scary it is, it's really not that scary, so Mayor Revy comes out to a total of 8 points at number 15. Number 14, here's the 2 kills that are tied, and that's Carlston and Alana. Carlston shot in the head, 2 points for how bloody it is, 5 points for how believable it is, 0 points for how creative it is, 1 point for how surprising it is, 1 point for how scary it is. It's not that scary or surprising. And he is tied with Alana, who's found dismembered. 2 points for how bloody it is, there's some blood. 5 points for how believable it is, 0 points for how creative and surprising it is, and 2 points for how scary it is. It's kind of scary. So Alana and Carlston come out to a total of 9 points at 14. Number 13 is Sheriff Cooper. He gets burned, 1 point for how bloody it is, because he sees some blood on his face. 5 points for how believable it is, 1 point for how creative it is, not that creative, 2 points for how surprising it is, and 1 point for how scary it is. It's kind of scary. So Sheriff Cooper comes out to a total of 10 points at number 13. Number 12 is Hank. He's found eviscerated, 2 points for how bloody it is, there's some blood, 5 points for how believable it is, 1 point for how creative it is, it's not that creative, 2 points for how surprising it is, and 1 point for how scary it is. Hank comes out to a total of 11 points at number 12. Number 11 is Jane. She dies in a flashback by a flamethrower. 0 points for how bloody it is, because there's no blood. 5 points for how believable it is. 2 points for how creative it is. Again, not that creative. 2 points for how surprising it is. It's in a flashback, so not that creative. And 3 points for how scary it is. It was kind of scary. So Jane comes out to a total of 12 points at number 11. Number 10 is Reverend from the church. Gets his fingers cut off and he's stabbed. 3 points for how bloody it is. It's pretty bloody. 5 points for how believable it is. 1 point for how creative it is, because it's just fingers cut off, stabbed, not creative. 2 points for how surprising it is. 2 points for how scary it is. So the Reverend comes out to a total of 13 points at number 10. Number 9 is Giles. Hacked in the eyes with an axe. 3 points for how bloody it is. Pretty bloody. 4 points for how believable it is, just because it's in the back of the car, like he's at the window. I don't really know if he could really reach. So I had to take 1 point off of that. 2 points for how creative it is. Not that creative. 2 points for how surprising it is. Not that surprising that he dies. 3 points for how scary it is. It is kind of scary. So Giles comes out to a total of 14 points at number 9. Number 8 is Frank. He is stabbed with a scythe. 2 points for how bloody it is. There's some blood. 5 points for how believable it is. 2 points for how creative it is. Not that creative. 3 points for how surprising it is. Kind of surprising that he died. And then 3 points for how scary it is. It was pretty scary. So Frank comes out to a total of 15 points at number 8. Number 7 is Goldie. She is stabbed in the gut with a scythe. 3 points for how bloody it is, pretty bloody. 5 points for how believable it is. 2 points for how creative it is, not that creative. 3 points for how surprising it is, and 3 points for how scary it is. So Goldie comes out to a total of 16 points at number 7. Number 6 is the girl. Near the beginning of the movie that gets killed, the little girl who's mean to her mom, stabbed with a fire poker. 2 points for how bloody it is, 5 points for how believable it is, 2 points for how creative it is, just because it's just a stabbing. But 5 points for how surprising it is, because she was a little kid. She was mean, but you don't expect a little kid to die in a horror film. And 3 points for how scary it is. Pretty scary. So the girl comes out to a total of 17 points at number 6. Number 5 is Tiffany. She gets impaled on deer antlers. 3 points for how bloody it is, pretty bloody. 5 points for how believable it is. 2 points for how creative it is, just because you already have that kill in the first movie. 3 points for how surprising it is. It was pretty surprising that she died. And then 5 points for how scary it is. It was pretty scary. So Tiffany comes out to a total of 18 points at number 5. Number 4 is Kevin. This is the first kill of the movie. He's electrocuted and his eyes blow up. 3 points for how bloody it is. 4 points for how believable it is, because I don't know if the eyes would actually blow up getting electrocuted with that light hat, but I don't know. 3 points for how creative it is, pretty creative. 4 points for how surprising it is, 5 points for how scary it is. So Kevin comes out to a total of 19 points at number 4. Number 3 is Dennis. This was actually my personal favorite kill of the movie, but now it's only at number 3. He gets his head split open with an axe. 5 points for how bloody it is. Very bloody. 5 points for how believable it is. 3 points for how creative it is. 3 points for how surprising it is. 4 points for how scary it is. Pretty scary. So Dennis comes out to a total of 20 points at number 3. Number 2 is Maria. She gets her foot cut off, go on the word chipper. 5 points for how bloody it is. 5 points for how believable and creative it is. And then 3 points for how surprising it is. 3 points for how scary it is. So 5 points for the first 3 categories. So Maria comes out to a total of 21 points at number 2. But the number 1 best, most pointed Silent Night kill is Jim. He gets beaten with brass knuckles. 3 points for how bloody it is. It was pretty bloody. 5 points for how believable it is, because Santa just keeps pummeling him with it. 5 points for how creative it is. It's very creative. 4 points for how surprising it is. It was very surprising that he died. And 5 points for how scary it is. It was very scary. So Jim comes out to a staggering total of 22 points as the best, most pointed Silent Night kill. So now, that's the end of the franchise. So now, 4 more videos, which will be tomorrow. Franchise ranked, top 10 favorite kills, top 10 best pointed kills, and my top 10 favorite moments of the Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise. So, thanks for watching.